Sophia Chen grabbed the stranger's tie and kissed him. Not a polite peck, a real kiss, the kind that made a statement. Her heart hammered against her ribs as his hand settled on her waist, warm and steady, and for 3 impossible seconds, the entire charity gala disappeared. When she pulled back, the stranger's dark eyes studied her with amusement. "Well," he said, voice low and smooth, "that's one way to say hello." Sophia's face burned. 20 feet away, Tyler stood frozen, his arm around Brittany Montgomery, whose father owned half the commercial real estate in the city. Perfect. Let him see that she'd moved on. Let him choke on it. "I'm so sorry," Sophia whispered, suddenly aware of what she'd just done. "My ex was coming over and I panicked and you were standing here and you decided I looked like someone worth kissing to make an ex jealous?" The stranger's mouth quirked. "I'll take the compliment. I really am sorry." "Don't be." He extended his hand. "Luca. Sophia." His handshake was firm, confident. Everything about him screamed money, from his tailored suit to the watch glinting at his wrist. But his smile seemed genuine. "I should probably explain. Your ex is the guy in the blue tie who looks like he swallowed a lemon? That's Tyler. And the woman with him is giving you a death glare." Sophia glanced over. Brittany was indeed staring daggers at her. Tyler looked confused and annoyed. "Good. Come on," Luca said, gesturing toward the terrace. "Let's give them something to really wonder about." The October air was crisp, and the terrace was mercifully empty. Fairy lights twinkled overhead, and the sounds of the gala faded to a low hum behind them. Sophia leaned against the railing, trying to steady her breathing. "So," Luca said, leaning beside her, "do you make a habit of kissing strangers?" "First time, actually. You? Getting kissed by beautiful women at charity events?" "Sadly, no. This is a first." He smiled, and something in Sophia's chest fluttered. What did the ex do to deserve that little performance? Sophia hesitated. She didn't usually spill her life story to strangers, but something about Luca's easy manner made her want to talk. He made me feel small. Like my dreams were cute little hobbies instead of real plans." "What kind of dreams?" "I want to open a bookstore cafe. Paper and poor books and coffee, you know. A place where people can get lost in stories." She laughed, self-conscious. Tyler thought it was adorable, like a child playing house. Tyler sounds like an idiot. The blunt assessment made Sophia laugh for real this time. "He kind of is." "What's stopping you?" "From opening the bookstore, I mean." "Money, experience. The fact that I'm a scholarship student working 3 jobs just to pay for textbooks." She shrugged. "Small details." Luca's expression shifted, became more thoughtful. "Have you read anything by Elena Ferrante?" The question caught her off guard. "My Brilliant Friend, it's my favorite book." "Mine too," his eyes lit up. "The way she writes about friendship and ambition and the complexity of wanting more than what you're given." "Yes!" Sophia turned to face him fully. Everyone always focuses on the romance aspects, but it's really about 2 women trying to escape their circumstances and what that costs them. "Exactly," Luca grinned. "Nobody ever gets that." They talked for 2 hours. About books, about dreams, about the suffocating feeling of being underestimated. Luca was vague about his work. Something corporate, he said, pretty boring. But he asked questions about her business plan that showed he was really listening. Not the way Tyler used to listen, with that condescending half-smile that said he was humoring her. Luca listened like her words mattered. When the gala ended and the crowd thinned, Luca pulled out his phone. "Can I get your number?" Sophia's heart did that stupid flutter thing again. "You want my number? I'd like to take you to coffee. Properly, no ex-boyfriends, no ambush kisses. Just us." She typed her number into his phone, trying not to smile too wide. "I think after that kiss, I should be the one buying you coffee." "We'll flip for it." He pocketed his phone. "Friday?" "Friday." Sophia watched him walk away, and for the first time in months, she felt light. Like maybe the universe wasn't entirely against her. Like maybe good things could still happen. She didn't notice the sleek black car that pulled up to collect him, or the driver who opened the door with a deferential nod. She was too busy replaying the kiss in her mind, the way his hand had felt on her waist, the unexpected kindness in his eyes. 3 weeks later, Sophia was in love. It wasn't supposed to happen this fast. She'd promised herself she'd be careful, that she'd guard her heart after Tyler. But Luca made it impossible. He showed up at the farmer's market where she worked weekends and helped her arrange produce displays. He brought her coffee during late-night study sessions, always remembering she liked oat milk and cinnamon. He listened to her talk about paper and pour like it was the most fascinating business plan he'd ever heard. They spent hours in second-hand bookstores debating the merits of physical books versus digital. He texted her quotes from their favorite novels. When she mentioned loving old vinyl records, he showed up the next day with a rare Billie Holiday album he'd found at an estate sale. But there were moments that didn't add up. "That's a nice watch," Sophia said one afternoon as they walked through the park. Luca glanced at his wrist, then quickly pulled his sleeve down. "Oh, yeah. It was a gift. From who? Work. You know, corporate thing." He changed the subject smoothly. "So tell me more about your coffee suppliers. You said you wanted to source locally?" Sophia let it go, but the little inconsistencies piled up. The way he never talked specifics about his job. The expensive clothes he claimed were old. The time a black car with a driver picked him up from her apartment building. "Company car," he'd said quickly. "Boss lets me use it sometimes." Her roommate Nina wasn't buying it. "Sophia, something's off. Normal corporate guys don't have drivers." "You're being paranoid." "I'm being realistic." "You barely know this guy." "I know enough." Sophia's voice had an edge. After Tyler's controlling behavior, after being made to feel small and stupid, Luca felt like sunlight after a long winter. She wasn't going to let Nina's suspicions ruin that. The letter arrived on a Tuesday. Sophia stared at the rejection from Riverside Credit Union, her vision blurring. She'd spent months on that business plan. Months calculating costs, researching suppliers, finding the perfect location. The loan officer had seemed encouraging during their meeting. But the letter was clear. Application denied, insufficient collateral, high-risk venture. She was sitting on her apartment floor, surrounded by crumpled tissues, when Luca found her. "Hey," he said softly, kneeling beside her. "What happened?" She showed him the letter. He read it, his jaw tightening. "Sophia, I'm so sorry." "I don't know what to do. This was my best shot. I've been saving for 3 years and it's still not enough." She wiped her eyes roughly. Maybe Tyler was right. Maybe it's just a stupid dream. "It's not stupid." Luca took her hands. "Listen, I can help. I can invest." Sophia pulled away. "What?" "I have some savings. I can invest in paper and pour. Be a silent partner. You'd have full creative control." "No." The word came out sharper than she intended. "No, Luca, I need to do this myself." "Why? This is what partners do. They help each other." "Because I won't be someone's project." She stood up, anger flooding through her. "I won't be the poor girl you rescue. That's what Tyler did. He tried to fix everything with money, tried to make me dependent on him. I won't do that again." "That's not what I'm doing, isn't it? You swoop in, solve all my problems, and then what? I owe you, I'm grateful forever." Luca stood too, hurt flashing across his face. "That's not fair." "Maybe not. But I need to succeed or fail on my own terms." Her voice cracked. "Please go." He left without another word. Sophia told herself she'd done the right thing. Independence mattered. Self-sufficiency mattered. She couldn't build her dream on someone else's money, no matter how much she was starting to love him. But the ache in her chest suggested she might have made a mistake. The truth came 3 days later. Nina burst into their apartment, laptop in hand. "Sophia, you need to see this." "Nina, I'm not in the mood. Just look." Nina shoved the screen in her face. It was a Forbes article. Tech CEO Luca Sterling expands empire with acquisition of Morrison Media. The photo showed Luca, her Luca, standing in front of a glass skyscraper, wearing a suit that probably cost more than her entire semester's tuition. The article detailed his net worth, billions, with a B. Sophia's hands went numb. "Sophia?" Nina's voice seemed far away. "Are you okay?" She wasn't okay. She was the opposite of okay. The man she'd been dating for 3 weeks, the man she'd started imagining a future with, was a billionaire who'd been playing dress-up in her world like it was some kind of social experiment. The lies crashed over her. The vague job description, the company car, the expensive watch, all of it carefully constructed to hide who he really was. She felt sick. "Where does he work?" Sophia's voice sounded hollow. "Sterling Tower, downtown." Nina looked worried. What are you going to do? Sophia grabbed her jacket. I'm going to ask him who the hell he really is. Sterling Tower was everything she'd imagined. Sleek glass and steel, soaring into the sky like a monument to wealth and power. Security guards in the lobby, marble floors. People in expensive suits moving with purpose. Sophia felt like she was wearing a costume in her thrift store jeans and canvas jacket. I'm here to see Luca Sterling, she told the receptionist. The woman's eyebrows rose. Do you have an appointment? Tell him Sophia Chen is here. He'll see me. For 5 minutes later, she was riding an elevator to the 30th floor, her reflection staring back at her from the polished walls. She looked small, insignificant, exactly how she felt. The elevator doors opened to reveal an office that could fit her entire apartment 3 times over. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the city. Luca stood behind a massive desk, phone pressed to his ear. When he saw her, he ended the call immediately. Sophia, who are you? Her voice shook. Because the guy I've been dating doesn't exist, does he? Luca came around the desk. I'm the same person. No, you're not. You're Luca Sterling, billionaire CEO Forbes 30 under 30. The guy I've been dating works in corporate, drives company cars, and wears gifted watches. She laughed bitterly. You've been lying to me this entire time. I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you everything. That's the same thing. She pressed her hands to her temples. Why? Why would you do this? Luca's jaw tightened. Because every woman I've dated has wanted the money. My ex-fiancée, Charlotte, she said she loved me. 2 weeks before our wedding, I overheard her on the phone with her mother laughing about how she'd never have to work again. She didn't love me. She loved what I could give her. So you decided to lie to me instead? To test me? I wanted someone to see me, just me. Not the net worth, not the company, not the penthouse or the cars. Just Luca. His voice dropped. And you did, you saw me. I saw a fiction. Tears burned Sophia's eyes. You didn't trust me enough to tell me the truth. You played dress-up in my world like it was some game, some little experiment to see if the poor scholarship girl would pass your test. That's not what I was doing. Then what were you doing, Luca? Because from where I'm standing, you're no different than Tyler. He made me feel small by dismissing my dreams. You made me feel small by lying about who you are. She stepped back toward the elevator. You didn't trust me, and now I can't trust you. Sophia, please. Don't! She pressed the elevator button. Don't contact me, we're done. The doors closed on his stricken face, and Sophia made it to the lobby before she started crying. 2 weeks of silence felt like years. Sophia threw herself into revising her business plan, applying to every small business loan program she could find. Nina tiptoed around the apartment, bringing her tea and Thai food and asking no questions. Then the package arrived. Inside was a first edition of My Brilliant Friend, the pages crisp and perfect. A note was tucked inside, for the brilliant friend who deserves every dream. No strings, L. Sophia held the book and cried for 20 minutes. But crying didn't pay rent or fund dreams. She had an appointment at Hartfield Community Bank, her last real shot. She wore her best interview outfit and brought 3 copies of her business plan. The loan officer, a tired-looking man named Mr. Peterson, barely glanced at her materials. Ms. Chen, I'm afraid we can't approve your application. Sophia's heart sank. Can you tell me why? My credit is good, my business plan is solid. Your references. He looked uncomfortable. We received some concerning calls about your character and business acumen. What, from who? I can't disclose that information. But Sophia knew. She knew exactly who would sabotage her like this. She found Tyler at his father's office building, because of course he worked for his father. He was in the lobby, laughing with a colleague when she walked up to him. You called the bank, she said. No preamble. Tyler's smile faltered. Sophia, you've been calling my loan references, telling them I'm unreliable, that I'm a bad investment. Her hands clenched into fists. Why? What did I ever do to you? You embarrassed me. At the gala, in front of Brittany's parents. So you decided to destroy my future? To make sure I never succeed? She laughed, the sound harsh. You're pathetic, Tyler. I dodged a bullet when we broke up. She walked away before he could respond, but the damage was done. She couldn't fight Tyler's connections. His father knew everyone in the local business community. She was finished. Sophia was closing up at the farmer's market on Saturday when Luca appeared. I heard what Tyler did, he said quietly. She didn't look at him, just kept packing tomatoes. Good for you. I can help. I don't want your money. I'm not offering money. I'm offering my reputation. Luca moved into her line of sight. Let me introduce you to Jamila Hassan. She runs Sterling Community Bank. She doesn't care about Tyler's father or his connections. But you still have to earn the loan yourself. I just opened the door. You walk through it. Sophia's hands stilled. Why would you do this? Because you were right. I didn't trust you, but I do now. And I'm asking you to trust me. Not with your dream, just with opening a door. She searched his face, looking for manipulation, for hidden angles. But all she saw was honesty. Raw, vulnerable honesty. Just a door? She whispered. Just a door. You walk through it on your own. The meeting with Jamila Hassan was scheduled for Tuesday morning. Sophia wore the same interview outfit, brought the same business plan, but this time her hands didn't shake. Luca made the introduction in the bank's lobby. Jamila, this is Sophia Chen. Sophia, Jamila Hassan, president of Sterling Community Bank. Jamila had warm eyes and a firm handshake. Ms. Chen, Luca speaks very highly of you. Sophia is the most determined, passionate entrepreneur I've met, Luca said. Her vision is solid. Her integrity is unquestionable. He looked at Sophia. This is your meeting. I'll wait outside. He left before she could respond. Sophia presented her business plan with everything she had. She talked about the neighborhood, the gap in the market, her supplier relationships, her projected costs and revenue. She answered every question with confidence born from 3 years of research and dreaming. When she finished, Jamila smiled. Ms. Chen, your plan is impressive. We'd be proud to invest in Paper and Pour. Pending final approval, I think we can offer you the loan. Sophia's vision blurred. Really? Really? You've done the work. You've earned this. Outside, Luca sat on a bench, staring at his phone. When Sophia emerged, he stood quickly. Well? She walked over and sat beside him. For a long moment, neither spoke. I got the loan, she finally said. Sophia, that's amazing. I've been so afraid of being rescued that I forgot what partnership looks like. She turned to face him. I'm sorry for assuming you were Tyler, for not giving you a chance to explain. I'm sorry, too, for lying, for not trusting you with the truth. Luca took her hand carefully like she might pull away. I don't want to rescue you. I never did. I just want to be part of your life. I don't need someone to save me, Sophia said. But I think I'd like someone to build something with. I'd like that, too. When they kissed this time, it wasn't impulsive or performative. It was real, vulnerable, honest, everything their relationship should have been from the start. 6 months later, Paper and Pour opened its doors. The Bookstore Café was everything Sophia had dreamed. Warm lighting cast a golden glow over mismatched chairs and tables. Shelves of books lined the walls, organized by mood rather than genre. The espresso machine gleamed behind the counter, and the air smelled like coffee and old pages and possibility. The crowd was a beautiful mix. Nina and Sophia's family clustered near the window. Luca's business colleagues mingled with farmers, market vendors, and university students. Worlds blending, barriers dissolving. Luca stood behind the counter, attempting to make a latte. Foam exploded everywhere. Sophia laughed and kissed his cheek. Stick to your day job, Sterling. I'm providing entertainment value, he protested, wiping foam off his suit. A young woman entered, looking overwhelmed and out of place. She clutched a worn backpack and glanced around nervously, exactly like Sophia had felt at that gala 6 months ago. Sophia approached with a warm smile. First time? Let me get you a coffee. On the house. What do you like? The girl's shoulders relaxed. Really? Anything with caramel? Coming right up. I'm Sophia, by the way. Welcome to Paper and Pour. Later, as the sun set and the crowd thinned, Sophia and Luca sat in the window seat where they'd had their first real date after the gala. The fairy lights twinkled overhead and the city hummed beyond the glass. So, Luca said, pulling her close, what's the next dream? Sophia leaned her head on his shoulder, watching people walk past their little haven of books and coffee and second chances. I think we build this one together first. They clinked their coffee mugs, and through the window, the sign glowed. Paper and Pour, Esther 2025. If you enjoyed Sophia and Luca's story of trust, independence, and finding love on your own terms, subscribe for more captivating romance tales. Drop a comment below telling us your favorite moment, and don't forget to like this video. What dream are you building right now? We'd love to hear about it.